Welcome back, swordsmen. The Kingdom Hearts Dawn of Fractured Memory. Last we left off, our players almost had their asses handed to them by a Heartless. Um, they faced off against the Darkhide, a Heartless that was summoned at the Lake of Avalon by Mordred. Everyone fought. Several people passed out. Arthur died. But guess what? The Heartless is defeated, and everyone is 2 levels higher than they were before because I decided, you know what? Let's be nice.
Let's go.
So everyone is, yeah, no, your DM's a nice guy. So everyone's now, yeah. Okay, time to buff up the next creature. Moving on.
That's
so yeah, with that said. So with that said, all of our players are now 10th level.
Yay.
And they had just gotten done kicking Heartless ass at the Lake of Avalon, which is where we are now. So, you guys have just... Okay, it's white. Never mind. You know what? I'll just leave it. You guys just got done taking out the Darkhide. As it went down, it let out its mighty roar. Heart just started flying out and disappeared into... I don't know how else to describe it.
Just kidding. No, I'm not gonna.
Oh shit. That is terrifying. But yeah, you guys have just taken down the Heartless. How's everyone? How are all the English? How are all the characters feeling right now?
Exhausted.
Yeah.
Wait. Say that one more time. Everybody was saying it at once. I couldn't hear everybody's.
I'm just basically saying how are all of the characters feeling right now after just either dying or... Actually, how many of you are still unconscious?
I think we're all up. It's just Merlin's low and Arthur's dead, so, you
know.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so too.
Yeah. All right, so...
And, I'm just gonna say, Ken is, exhausted and, breathing heavily after that last attack.
Yeah. No, Ken, you are definitely exhausted from that. You guys kind of take a look around as you're kind of getting back onto would you call it a shore if the body of water is a lake?
Yeah, I think so.
If it's near the water, yeah.
All right, so you guys are kind of just now kind of get all back to the shore of the lake. Just all kind of flop down and just kind of, or just Jesus Christ, that was intense. Merlin comes up from the lake as well. In his arms is Arthur, unconscious, and Merlin has a very sullen look on his face.
Well, gang, another job well done.
Damn! The corpse is just sitting there in Merlin's arms. He's like, so yeah, guys, hell yeah, high five, let's fucking go, let's go eat, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, fuck this.
Can I... Oh shit, I don't have a diamond. Okay, well, I'm going to look over at Merlin, and I will just be like, it's not too late for him. I might have a way to bring him back, but I just need to grab some material components, I know some powerful magic that might be able to bring him back.
Actually, that reminds me. Have we even been paying attention to material components this campaign?
I have no
Honestly,
idea.
Yeah, like at this point, it's just like, hey, do material components even matter with spells? I mean, you're just conjuring up from your magical ass. So I
The
mean,
only material
yeah.
component I've been using is a +1 great axe.
I don't even know why components exist. Maybe for witches and wizards, maybe because they make the potions and stuff. But for like sorcerers and stuff, I don't think components should be ever needed ever in life.
Yeah.
Well,
That's just my opinion, though. I don't know. I don't know much about D&D.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own, but I mean, I don't really pay attention to material components anyway, so.
valid. It's not too late for him again. If you want me to bring him back, I can.
Merlin looks to you and he's like, Are you sure? Are you sure? That's some powerful magic to even attempt. You sure that you can do it, Isui? Did he just drop?
I think you must have been
Did he?
interrupted.
Oh my!
You did.
God damn it, Charlie. Well, got more like God damn it, Carlos' computer.
Yeah, I think we all just need new computers.
It's we all have medical problems. Oh no, you're good.
You're good. You're good. I'm just saying that everyone here just needs new computers or some shit like that. He's just basically was just basically asking, are you sure you're able to do it?
I've never tried it before, but it's worth a shot. I feel like I owe something to him because he helped us. So I'd love to be able to try, with your blessing, of course.
Merlin nods, sets Arthur down sort of like in the middle. Like his torso is like sort of laying down on the shore of the lake and his legs are still just kind of in the water, and he just kind of looks to you and goes, if you think you can, but I wouldn't, don't push yourself too much if it's out of your reach.
I nod and kneel and guess sort of put my hands on his chest and I will cast Revivify.
Grab my player's handbook because in case of lag and just
I'm back.
I am looking up.
I can ping that.
There it is.
There you go.
That has died within the last minute. Damn.
Has it been more than a minute?
I actually don't know. I'm going to say. Oh. I'm gonna say roll an Arcana check.
You got it. 11.
Alright. I'm gonna say that it's like right on the cusp, like cusp on it, so you're just like barely making it. So you set your hands on Arthur. A glowing light start to illuminate from your hands. Asta, Ken, you're watching this, watching as Isui pulls some sort of weird magic fuckery around. As you're trying to heal him, Isui, you're like you're there, but suddenly you're also in this sort of other sort of in this sort of blackened void. As you look around, you see that the ground underneath you is this sort of this sort of stained glass portrait circular thing. From it, you can see that there is on this sort of stained glass floor is a depiction of Arthur standing towards the center, Excalibur in his hand. In smaller circles around him, you see is Mordred, or not Mordred, Merlin, some young woman that you don't really know, and a couple of men who look like they'd be knights. As you are kind of looking around this, you can guess that right now, as you're casting the spell, you're in Arthur's heart, trying to look for him. And you see that Arthur is sort of with you in this void. He's utterly confused, of course, because I mean he just died, and he sees you there. You reach out your hand to hold on to him. You can sort of feel like a bit of the adrenaline in you is sort of just kind of like rushing. He starts to also reach his hand out to you. And as he does, everything flashes, and once again, you're back alongside the lake. The light from your hands start to dim and go out. And you see Arthur slowly starts to inflate his chest, slowly deflate. His eyes slowly open, and he is alive.
Good morning, Your Highness.
Arthur just kind of looks around and he's like, that is by far the worst. What the hell happened?
You almost died, but thanks to me, because I'm really, really awesome and great, and also my friends, managed to bring you back, and you're here now.
Arthur slowly gets up. He is obviously very, very sore. Like, he still has like wounds and shit from what happened. But he just slowly sits up.
Hey,
He just looks to you and he looks to you and Merlin, and you could see Merlin is like literally crying right now, and crying in joy as Arthur is alive. And Arthur looks to you and he's like, well, I guess I owe you and your friends a debt of gratitude.
No, you don't owe us anything. I looked at Ken. I'm just like,
He didn't say anything. That was me. That was just me out of character.
oh, damn it. You don't owe us anything. You we came here with a purpose, and it's not fair of us to expect something in return for going out of our way to do that. So, you know.
And as you're talking, once again, you all see, as you guys are talking, you see a bright light sort of like glow from underneath the lake itself that is slowly making its way toward you. The water above starts to ripple, and suddenly you see what looks to,
My bad.
you see what looks to be a young maiden coming from the lake. Her hair decorated with coral and seaweed. Her dress a sort of like liquidy blue, sort of ocean greenish blue, and her eyes almost like two swirling pools of water. And you see as she appears, both Merlin and Arthur are in awe, and it seems like they know who she is, and she's definitely she's not she's a friendly, at least. This maiden looks to you, Isui, and goes, "Whether you accept his gratitude or not, everyone in Camelot, no matter what, thanks you. For if it wasn't for your actions, certain events would have taken place a lot sooner than they should have."
Well, I'm certainly glad to help, but, and I motioned back, I couldn't have done any of this without them. So, I wouldn't really be alive and couldn't do any of this if, point to Ken specifically, he didn't come in and help. So.
She nods, looks to Ken and Asta, and sort of nods and goes, "Friendship is most definitely a powerful thing, especially when those who are associated with it are those who are protectors of anything good. Mordred, well, let's just say he's an asshole."
Dude, amen.
Agreed.
Can't argue with that.
What's your name, kind stranger?
She turns to you and she goes, well, my true name was been lost to time, but most people just usually refer to me as Lady of the Lake.
Well, thank you, Lake, Lady, Mrs. Miss?
Miss is fine. I'm honestly not that old. Well, Merlin is just like, "Well, you're older than me." She just looks at him as like, "Well, that may be true, but in my eyes, you're still younger than me." You see, Arthur just kind of chuckles and is like, "Anyway, with the Heartless gone, is Camelot safe from Mordred again?" The Lady of the Lake shrugs and is like, "For as long as Mordred has decided to manipulate with the spell that Merlin first put on Camelot, anything of its future has been clouded. However, I believe our friends here have a way to sort of rectify this. You see she waves her hand, and at the center of the lake, you see within sort of ripple in the air as a rift starts to appear. This one is definitely a little bit bigger than most of the ones you've encountered. Like, the way that it is... So, like, most of them have been, like, between, like, around, like, 3 feet on average, right? This one's closer to 5, maybe 6 feet.
Hey, Ken. Hey, babe. That's our cue.
He's so so he's sort of just like this stone face at the moment because not only did you say that, but he's also still kind of shook a little bit, and kind of sweaty from the fight. So he's just stone face. He's like, "What is happening?" And
points.
Yeah.
Rift.
Oh yeah. And he summons it, and then he points. And you want to do it, or
do what? What are we talking about?
the rift?
Okay, yeah.
You're acting kind of strange.
I'm always acting this way. I don't know what you're talking about.
Good point. Anyway, let's go.
You were so...
Alright.
Cries.
You guys bring your Keyblades out. You do your magical bippity-boppity-boo. Bullets of light over to the rift. It starts to glow in a bright light surrounding you all. Unlike most of the rifts that you've encountered, you aren't taken to a vision of the past and how it was affected. Isui, give me a wisdom check.
You got it, Sora. Pure wisdom check.
Pure wisdom.
You got it. 13.
Okay, so Isui, as you're helping Ken close the rift and you're being surrounded by this bright light, you hear sort of what seems to be whispers slowly starting to get louder and louder until it starts to reach a name. So from what you could tell, with the 13, these whispers start to... At first, whisper, you're not certain of what they're trying to say, but eventually it just gets to Arya. You, in this bright light, you see a silhouette of a man with what looks to be long, spiky hair and a Keyblade at their side. And then you can see that at first their back is turned to you, but as this name is being called, they start to turn, and you think you could almost see a face, but then it vanishes.
Do I?
Ken, wisdom check from you, if you'd please.
Oh, God.
That's street smart, so I don't know what I might get.
Don't worry, it's...
Also, while I'm doing this, in mid bullet stream, that sounds weird. I look at Asa, I'm like, you really gotta get one of these. And wisdom. Oopsie doopsie. Whoopsie doopsie. And I fail.
Oh
He's
God.
not. He's.
13 and 7.
My God!
Yeah.
That makes it not 20.
Alright, well, Ken, as you're helping seal this rift, you also sort of hear whispers, but they don't seem to be getting louder. But it sounds like someone is trying to reach out to you. And you also see a silhouette in the distance, but it is not the same as Isui's, and it is almost too far at a distance to tell who it is, but you can tell that it is someone somewhat hunched over, and either they're wearing a cap or they're bald, you don't know. But just as you're trying to focus on seeing who is trying to get who this is, it's gone, and the rift is sealed.
Oh. Oh.
God fucking damn it.
Oh. Oh.
You're right, Ken. I really should get a Keyblade.
Oh. Oh.
My God. My God. Like, why do I even try anymore?
Are you two okay?
Did you not get the description? A hunched man over and a hunched over man at words, and he's also maybe bald. There's only one character in this series who I know who has those exact
Who's hunched over and bald.
God damn it!
Okay.
No.
Oh yeah, by the way,
What?
Asta, you have no idea what's going on. All you see is a bright light, everything dies down, and the rift is gone.
Yeah, I was asking if those two are okay in and out of character.
Did you put a hand on Ken's shoulder? Did you see that?
I think so.
What?
What'd you see?
I saw. I don't really know. It was very far away from me. It was very odd. He looks like he was kinda. I mean, he might have been hunched over, or that could have just been how short he was. But I don't know what that is. You?
I saw a man with spiky. Was it long hair or was it like short?
It was long, spiky hair.
Oh, it just
Wait.
clicked. It just clicked.
Wait, long spike.
Long, spiky hair.
There's like a lot of people.
What, fucking
There's
Super
a lot.
Saiyan?
Wait. It was long.
Was it-
Did
Was
it
Sora
come
Super
to-
Saiyan 3?
Did it come to a point at the top? Or
No.
did it- Oh, well, fuck.
Were you thinking it was young Xehanort or
I
something?
thought it was young Xehanort. I completely did. I don't know.
Bad.
No.
Yes, I saw.
Yeah, no, it did not come to a point. It was just like spiky
Long spike.
and elongated.
There's.
Have we? Alright.
I mean, there's. Because.
There are so many spiky haired people in this series.
No, but because it's long, there's only that narrows it down to.
I guess. I
Like,
mean,
it
Riku
could
has
be-
long hair.
He does. But I was gonna say Lee, but I don't know what he'd be doing in a vision. But he's the only long-haired spiky guy I could think of.
You consider that long? It still kind of spikes up at the end.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't come to a point like young Xehanort.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I mean, I would consider that kind. Yeah, it's long, but I mean, like it's not like it's long to the point where like it goes like freaking
That's.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Like,
All right.
and he's just like, that's odd.
Austin,
Well.
did you see anything a few seconds ago?
No, I'm starting to think that's a Keyblade wielder thing. So you don't know what you saw?
Well, we know what it was, but we don't know. We saw the object. It's like seeing an object but not knowing what the object is. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
We just saw
So, you
something.
know,
I think you two need some sleep.
can you look? Okay, is this angel lady still here?
Yes, the Lady of the Lake is still here.
My queen.
Well, he's gonna look at, he's gonna look at her and he's gonna be like, Well, Miss Lake Lady, you probably won't have to worry about him anymore. Well, at least after I get my hands on him. Because the last time I brought him into custody of people that we know and, and could trust to take care of him, they kinda sorta didn't, do anything to stop him from escaping. So, I shall take matters into my own hands.
It's gonna string.
And Mordred will not be a bother to Camelot anymore when I get my hands on him.
She nods and places a hand on your shoulder. It's a little wet, but that's okay. She's the lady of the lake. That's fine.
Soft hands.
Expected.
Yeah, and she looks to you and says, "No matter what beliefs you may think, or what stories you remember, there is always another side to that story. You should just be sure to listen to it."
I don't know what you mean by that,
Thank you for the nice advice, Miss Lake Lady.
but Camelot is safe. That's all that matters, I guess.
We did it.
Merlin sort of gives a cough and's like, "Well, it's safe from the rift, yes, but from Mordred himself, there's still one last thing we need to do." He pulls out the piece of paper / scroll that has had the spell on it. He turns to you, Isui, and he's like, "Would you care to help me out in this, for this one?"
Oh, yeah, of course. Walk over.
All right. Give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Okie dokie.
No.
No.
2 natural ones.
Wait, really?
Oh,
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Snake eyes. 19.
that would
That
suck.
would,
Nice.
yeah, but
Nice.
also that would mean that you get to roll again in terms of Monopoly.
Ooh.
Hey!
Wrong.
I know,
Okay,
right?
so yeah, you and Merlin start reciting the incantations, pairing the certain sections for the spell, and next thing you know, magical energy from the sort of runes that sort of border around the lake start to glow and draw energy from the lake itself. And Merlin looks to all of you, giving each of you a sort of little runic pendant, and he says, "While Camelot will be shielded from everyone else's eyes, if you ever need to come back, just use these and they will help you guide your way back here."
Thank you.
Now, with that said, I am fairly sure that we need to get back to Radiant Garden. Unfortunately, your ship is still over there since I teleported our friends.
Oh, Merlin, do you have to brag about that?
It's not a brag if you know it from talent, my dear girl.
Merlin.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you have taught Sora before on certain magical things, right?
Oh, yes. I did teach him a few things of magic.
Well, if given the time, do you think he could train Isui to teleport? Probably.
Please, God, please.
And then, if we need to stay in Radiant Garden for 2 days or for a few days, I mean, then that's fine. Because we're getting tired of the joke now.
So am I. You're telling me.
You see he kind of chuckles, and he goes, "My dear boy, It's, my dear boy, we will get to that when we get to that. But for now, as an old friend of mine once said, and honestly, I
just
don't
saved your
agree.
kingdom. He doesn't say that. He doesn't say that. He doesn't say that.
What is
That was just me. I just saved your kingdom, you
Alright.
bitch.
You see Merlin starts to wave a bunch of magic in his hand, and he looks to Arthur and he goes, well, my dear boy, I hope you continue to rule Camelot for the better. Don't die this time. And he's just like, yeah, Merlin, whatever. You're one to talk. But either way, it's been good seeing you. With that, he starts waving magic around the four of you, and he goes, oh, with that out of the way, and with a few words from a friend of mine who once turned a pumpkin into a carriage. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. I honestly didn't like those words. Here we go.
She did what?
And in a blink of light, you guys disappear from Camelot.
Forever.
And not forever. And you make your way back into Merlin's house.
Jeez.
Oh,
Hey, sweet. I have something to ask you
yeah, good.
about, the thing with Arthur. Other than the obvious, like, holy shit, you just brought a guy back from the death. Why would you lie that you could teleport when you can literally, bring people back to life? Like, that's a bit more impressive than teleportation.
No, it's not.
Shush.
No, it's not.
Shush. Shove Ken away. But I only recently learned to bring people back from the dead. And if I could bring people back from the dead way long ago, then of course I would have bragged about it because that's who I am. But I only now know how to do it. There we go.
Alright, I guess that's fair.
Hey, Asta,
Yeah.
you want the Keyblade, right? No, here I have an idea. Since this is actually canon to lore in the actual story. Hang on.
Oh,
you
I
want
feel
the
like I know what
Keyblade,
you're
right?
doing.
I mean, it would be amazing to be able to wield one.
Do it.
Hang on.
Do it. Do
Can't
it,
find
do
the. What were
it.
the words again? I forget the words.
I knew it. I
Hang on.
fucking
Hang on. I promise. Get out of here, Big Booty Mario. Get out of here. I don't want that.
What?
I was looking through. Leave me alone.
I don't want to know.
Booty Mario apparently is what you were looking through.
I
Those
don't
are their
want to
thing,
know.
dude.
Hang on.
Wait. God damn it.
I know what he's pulling, and I am not against it.
Fuck. Crap. Dinas. Oh no, I can't find it.
Oh wait, I think I have it.
You have the words? Please DM them to me.
Yeah.
The words, because I know what's going on here.
Yes, they might be the right one.
It won't make you a wielder automatically, but you will eventually become one.
I think
Alright.
this is the one you're looking for.
Yes.
There we go.
Alright. So he kinda walks over to Asta and he's gonna take his blade of keys. Jangle, jangle, you're distracted. I took your wallet.
Jingle jangle, I just took your wallet.
He takes out his keyblade and he holds it by the blade and he points his hilt towards her. She's like, in your hand, take this key. So long as you have the makings, then through this simple act of taking, its wielder you one day shall be. And you will find me, friend. No ocean will contain you then, no more borders around or below or above. So long as you champion the ones you love.
No, you liked poetry, Ken?
Good
Well,
to
okay.
say.
Well, I guess that's a good point. But take.
Oh, okay. I will try to. I will cautiously take the hilt.
Yes.
Asta, as you take the hilt to Ken's Keyblade, first off, to you, the weight is a little bit off, but then again, it's a Keyblade that is specifically designed for Ken. But as you kind of hold it for a little bit longer, the weight itself starts to somewhat balance a little bit, and it's not like you're actually going to be able to like start swinging it, but it's almost as if the magical presence of the Keyblade is communicating with you, syncing with you. You're not sure, but something about it is clicking with you, and it's just like, okay. It's almost like a weird. I don't really know how else to describe it. Because honestly,
The power of the Keyblade is trying to sync with you, I guess. Like, the power of the ability to even wield the Keyblade is starting to sync with you.
Dude, how do you?
It knows that you are fit to be a master. Well, not, or more like a wielder.
a wielder.
Someday
What?
a master.
Is this what you feel all the time when you're holding a Keyblade?
Or less.
This is weirdly cool.
Right? And you can summon it whenever you want. And also, I'm pretty sure that whenever you become I'm pretty sure it doesn't disappear right away from her, right?
No, it'll disappear. When it'll disappear from her hand when you summon it.
But yeah, you can, here, give it. Here, I'll step back. You go ahead and take a few cracks, just a few swings.
Can I hold it that long?
I'm pretty sure you can. As long as I summon it back, you can, use it.
Huh.
Well, not like use it, but like practice with it, and then I'm gonna have to kind of take that back. That's kind of.
What, are you scared of seeing me with a better weapon?
Oh
dear
my.
God.
I mean, who knows? That axe could become your Keyblade. You don't even know.
Honestly.
Do not give me ideas.
God.
Or put this: do not give me ideas to cross off on things to give Asta.
Oh.
Yeah,
She's nice.
so-
She does nice things.
Yeah, she's nice, and I gave her a +1 great axe, and I don't think that was a good idea. Okay, moving on. Yeah, Asta, you just kind of let this thing sort of stay in your hand. You give it a few sort of swings in the midair. It feels a little awkward at first, but after you kind of keep going a little bit, it starts to feel a little more comfortable in your hand, and all of a sudden you guys hear, "Oh, don't tell me we have another Keyblade wielder now." You guys turn and you see Axel chilling in a door frame.
Almost.
I don't think I'm there yet. I certainly haven't had as many years of training as you have.
I literally only ever had 3. So, but your Keyblade will summon whenever you need it the most.
My Keyblade?
Well, I mean, like the power, it knows who you are, and it knows that you are, like, you as an individual, your heart is meant to wield a Keyblade, so no matter what Keyblade you hold, it'll still understand that you are some sort of a wielder, so. And, because you're a new person, that Keyblade will eventually, reveal itself whenever you absolutely need it the most. And then from there, you can call on it whenever you need to. Speaking of which, yoink! And he summons it back to his hand.
Thanks for the warning.
Axel kind of chuckles and he goes, Yeah, keyblades are always a little bit of a weird thing. You see him pull out his and just sort of holds it by the edge of the hilt, and he goes, "Honestly, I didn't get mine until, well, honestly, not that long after we had to finally fight Xehanort, and that was that was always an interesting situation. It almost blew up once during that fight too. That was fun. But normally Keyblades, when you first get yours, depicts is always a design depicted of your own sort of personality, how you are, what a overall person you are. Look at like mine for example. He pulls it off from his from where he was holding it and holds it out in a grip, and you see that the handle itself is sort of metallic with a circular, almost disc covered in spikes surrounding it. The blade itself looks solid, but is sort of emanating sort of like a fire-like coloration all across the blade itself. And he goes, yeah, I mean, granted, I wasn't like this. I mean, people don't call me Flamin' Axel for nothing, right? I mean, even before I got the Keyblade, fire was always fun to kind of mess around with for me.
He
I was gonna say a stupid joke. Never mind.
he kind of just pulls out. He summons his, and he's like, "Well, you're not the only one with fire affinity, I guess, because, well, I mean, because Lionheart has fire on his edge as well."
Nah, I definitely got that memorized. That's for sure.
Oh, I love you.
Hmm?
Huh?
He just got looks over his shoulder. He's like, "What?
Nothing.
Do I need to roll something for that? Can I like roll for that? Like, see if I actually."
Yeah. So then Axel dispels his Keyblade, and he's like, "Well, everyone else should almost be done with the meeting. Either that, or they're still discussing whether or not to bring Sora back into this. But, yeah. How about we just take you guys over to them? They're all over at Ansem's lab right now."
Oh. Yeah. Let's. Sorry, I'm.
God damn it, you guys.
I just noticed the stealth roll. Oh my god, that's good. He's gonna just for Eastby's feelings. He's just gonna pretend he didn't hear it.
Yeah, we can head over to Ansem's lab. I mean,
Okay, wait. Who's in Ansem's lab again?
All of the other Keyblade masters. So Terra, Aqua, Roxas, Riku, basically all the other Guardians of Light.
He's gonna kind of look at his own group, and he's gonna be like, "I don't know if I'm ready to talk to them now."
okay.
I actually had something I wanted to do anyways. Well, actually, you know what? I know what I want to do.
All right, Ferb, what do you want to do today?
If you guys want to, you guys can stay and debrief with the masters. This is sort of my own beef thing, but if you guys do want to come along, that's cool too. I wanted to go train with Tempest and Locust.
Oh.
Sort of, dunk on these fools for a little bit.
Uh, much as I would love to kick their asses once again, I think I want to see what's going on with all the Guardians and stuff. Of course, if that's okay, though.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's you. It's okay.
Cute.
Asta.
If you don't mind, it does sound kind of fun to train.
Okay.
He's like, yay, a training buddy.
Training montage.
Yeah. Axel looks to you guys and he goes, "Oh, you're looking for the twins. All right. Well, for starters, they're not at the land of departure because, I mean, Terra didn't want to leave them unsupervised.
Who would leave them unsupervised? They're freaking chameleons.
I probably should have guessed.
They should be actually they should be out in the courtyard with
Cloud? Is Cloud there?
He shrugs and he's like, I don't know. But I know they should be at least out in the courtyard near Ansem's lab. So, I mean, we're all going to be going to the same place anyway.
Oh.
Oh, Isui, you about to be jealous. Alright, let's go find Cloud.
Kick their asses for me.
Oh, no, I'm not. Anyway, so we are going...
Okay, just because you brought that up, roll me a d20.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just him? Or...
Oh,
Yeah, just him.
I got an 18. Because I'm
Okay.
awesome like that.
It's not bad.
So, you guys make your way over to the Radiant Castle, wherever Ansem's headquarters is just kind of located. You see that Tempest and Locust are there. You see that some of the others from the group are there, like Sid's there just kind of sitting around. You see that Aerith is there, making snacks for everyone.
Yes.
Alright.
You see Leon is there as well.
Whoa.
And not only that, yes, Cloud is there too.
Squall and Cloud are in the same place!
Ah!
It happened in Kingdom Hearts too.
This is a
Alright.
momentous occasion.
Okay, so before we all walk there, and I noticed that Tempest and Locust are there, I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what? That just took the wind out of my training sails. Hey, Asta, you wanna train and fight me?
Sure.
I mean, like, we're kind of evenly matched, so I mean, it would be fair if we, both trained, and like then we could grow. Because at least then, yeah.
All right. So, Isui, I'm guessing you're just going to be following Axel to where everyone else is.
Yeah. Can I ask a question though? Did we get a long rest, or are we still hurting?
You're still a little hurting right now.
All right. What level? How much health do you have left?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm currently sitting at 48 of 75, but I'm probably...
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, I will say you guys will be able to have a short rest after this next sort of scene.
Sick. Yeah,
And you guys won't... No, and the two sparring won't take any actual damage when that happens, so...
Sick.
Nah, fuck that. Let's kill each other.
All right.
All right. Wait. Okay. Carlos, Mike, there first. Would you say that your health was?
48 of 75. I didn't update my max HP.
All right. He's going to. Okay, so he's going to give you. Well, he's gonna just. No, he's not gonna feed it to you because obviously you don't need to. But he is gonna. He's gonna give it to you, and he's
Just
gonna.
Just pop a potion, just
Be like,
shove it into
take
a
this.
waking mouth.
Waterboard her.
Oh my god.
No, he gives this
Oh,
to
this
her
is
and
why
he's
I'm glad I
like,
have headphones.
he gives this to her and he's like, here you go. And he gives her a peck on the cheek and he runs away. Not runs away like a little child, but he just kind of just
Oh yeah,
walks
he
away
does.
and he just kind of like just walks away and he's like, anyway, let's go train.
She.
All
What was that
right.
about? What?
What was that about? I wonder what that.
I wonder what
I
that means.
wonder. All right. So yeah, after that, Isui, you follow Axel into the Radiant Castle to Ansem's lab. Actually, right now, as you kind of actually get into even Ansem's office, you see that just about every Keyblade wielder is here. Terra, Aqua, Ven, Roxas, Riku, Shion, they're all here. Here discussing. This is a hardcore keybearer meeting. And you see that they are still in mid conversation.
Is there like a?
Oh
shit! Sorry.
You hear, like, as you're walking in, you hear Aqua go, with everything that's been going on with the Cult of Shadows, we need the additional help. We need to get Sora. And you see Roxas look over and turn over and go, well, that may be true. We've tried to get Sora to help us out before. It's even when we started taking in apprentices, and he still has decided to remain in his retirement. Riku just kind of looks over and is like, yeah, well, still, that being said, if he wants to stay out of this, shouldn't stay out of this. That's his thing, but I don't know. It's just, all of this is really confusing. And just as you and Axel walk in, everyone just literally turns to you and goes, and Terra goes, well, first off, you're late, Axel. Jeez, it's good to see you too, Terra. Did I miss anything? Shion just goes, aside from this, the usual bantering that happened when you first got in here, yeah, not much. Aqua sees you, Isui, and she goes, Isui, it's actually probably best if you came in. Please join us. Have a seat.
Oh.
Terra looks over to her and is like, so I'm allowed to keep my apprentices out in the courtyard, but you can bring yours in? Aqua just turns to him and goes, well, your apprentices stayed in Land of Departure. Mine's actually been going out and doing stuff because we chose her. Alright, whatever.
Really
Roasted
loaded
his ass.
conversation, and it's really hot in here.
Get roasted.
You find an available seat, just kind of sit around with everyone else. Riku turns to you and goes, Isui, why don't you tell us what you think of how the situation is being handled?
Like with the cult and like all the worlds and stuff with the rifts.
He nods his head and he's like, with all of it, but start wherever you think is probably the most important.
Well, I think that we are doing a pretty outright job. Not to like toot my own horn, obviously, but like me and my friends, we are facing some opposition, but I feel that we are stepping up to the plate and taking on the challenge pretty handily. But at the same time, I do understand that, because this is a dangerous thing. This is the first group that has risen after the organization, and so you're gonna want all the help you can get, and I get that. But at the same time, that guy, Master Sora, I think I've only met him once, but from what I've heard, he's been through a whole lot of stuff. And honestly, I think he needs to be part of this conversation.
You see all of them sort of nod their head. Roxas turns to you and goes, "And what about your ties with the member known as Arya? Do you feel like there's anything in that connection that might disrupt what we're doing or help benefit us? Or is there anything about that you could at least share with us that you might know of?"
She has my face, and she well, how much do you guys know about Arya?
You see that they all kind of shrug, and Tara goes, "The only thing we know for a fact is that Vanitas was the one to take her in to the Cult of Shadows. But aside from that, we can't really ascertain how she has a Keyblade or whether or not she is... or whether or not how she is completely in tie with you."
Well, she does have a Keyblade. And, Ven is there too, right?
Yes, Ven is there.
Oh my god, long cat. I like motion over to Ventus and say, if you remember, I can't focus with this fucking cat. If you remember, how Vanitas was formed because of the darkness inside of Ven's heart, it's sort of like that. At least I think it is. But sort of the reverse. What the?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know why that started playing.
We're about like 40 episodes too late.
I haven't changed this in a while, okay? So, actually, wait, what's the Q? No, that's Pew. Oh, god damn it, it's doing the thing. Someone see if they can get it over to either Lazy Afternoon or Radiant Garden Extended.
Do you want to do that?
Ooh. Oh, Radiant Gardens is pretty cool. Oh, you're talking about... No, I don't know how to work this bot thingy. I played my music from YouTube.
Mood. Yeah, so... Yeah, either Lazy Afternoons or Radiant Garden Extended.
Yes!
Okay. Moving on.
So, if you remember, if you remember how Vanitas was formed, the darkness inside of Ven's heart, I think that what's going on here, I could be wrong though, is the reverse of that. I think Arya was the quote-unquote original version of me, and somehow, in some way, shape, or form, the light was pulled from her heart and given physical form, and that's who I am.
Give me a inside check as you're watching everyone's reactions to this.
22.
Oh, damn.
How did Isu
Yeah.
find out about this?
No, it's
That's a theory that we,
first off, you see Terra and Aqua are utterly shocked by this. Ven is shocked, but it seems like to him that almost made sense as to why you two always got along. And the others are also shocked, but it seems like Terra and Aqua are the ones that are the most shocked because they've already had to go through. They understand more than most about what you're talking about. And with that, Riku goes, so by that logic, she was a Keyblade wielder before she sided with Vanitas. But do any of us remember having an apprentice named Arya? Actually do some rolls. There's way too many people to do rolls. You see a lot of them sort of shake their head. Terra shakes his head. Aqua shakes her head. Ven shakes his head. You see Axel, Roxas, and Shion shake their head as well. But even I'm gonna say with that 22 insight, you can tell that something about it is familiar to them, but it's almost like they're not entirely sure what.
To all of them, or just like the Sea Salt trio?
Just the adult trio: Axel, Roxas, and Shion.
And again, like I could be wrong. I'm working with very minimal information from just like what I've seen in dreams and stuff. But that's all I know about Arya, though.
You see Terra and Terra nods his head and he's like, well, that would explain why you have some memory loss. For sure, but to tear the light out of one's heart, that would definitely mean that something happened that caused her to immensely fall to such a path. And then you see Shion nod, and she goes, well, that's one member of those we have narrowed down, but there's still a couple others that we still have limited information about. For example, the nobody Colsax.
Oh, Isui is just like sinking into her chair as everyone's looking, and she's just like, I also know something about Colsax.
You see Axel, who is right next to you, sort of looks to you and is like, well, we know that he's got ties with Crystalina. I mean, Mienzo kind of filled in for you guys on that part, but there is still the question of whether or not that there is the possibility of bringing him back to what he once was. I mean, we know that the nobody is obviously working for the Cult of Shadows, and there's a good possibility that his Heartless is too, but the one question is, how is he able to control his Heartless as a nobody?
Well, the way I see it, well, if we just beat him up a couple times, it should eventually solve the problem. And, because, I mean, That's how I always thought Sora, or Master Sora solved the problem with Xemnas, is he just beat him up, and then it was magically okay.
You see Ven nods and he's like, that did technically work, but to Sora, Xemnas and Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, were two people that had little to no ties to him. The closest that it was that Riku was possessed by Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, who was Xehanort's Heartless. Riku kind of nods and is like, situations in this is almost a little different. Colsax has a direct tie to Crystalina, and therefore does his Heartless. But for all we know, that could either improve the situation of trying to free them both, or that could bring things to a more difficult position.
Yeah, because well, if she knows him, then obviously she's not gonna want to beat him up or see him be beaten up. Is there any way to change a nobody back into their original form?
You see Axel kind of thinks for a second and goes, well, the way that I remember it happened to me, the way that I kind of remember happening to me, I was helping Sora beat up most of the Dusks to get to the world that never was, but I don't. And then Tara goes, for me, it was a little different. My body was being controlled by Xehanort. My Heartless turned into a toy, and my mind was the only thing that was able to try and have some semblance of freedom from it. But what all these do have that tie it all together is the fact that the Keyblade needs to be used to release at least one of them. And to be more specifically, the Heartless.
So if we find if we find the Heartless version of him and whack him a bunch of times, problem solved?
Aqua shakes her head and goes, that would solve half the problem of at least releasing the Heartless, and in this case his heart. Trying to deal with the nobody, which is the more prominent problem in this case, there's still a lot of debate to go on that. Then you sort of see Shion on the side go, first off, how did the two even become separated? Do we even know what happened in that end?
All I know is that Colsax is the Nobi version of, I think Crystalina told me, the son of one of Crystalina's old friends. And we don't know exactly how he became a nobody, but that's sort of the connection.
Everyone sort of nods and goes. Nods, and then Riku goes, well, that aside, there's still at least one other elephant in this room that we need to talk about in relation to into your group, Isui, and the relation to the Cult of Shadows. And that would be that of Ken and his darker side joining their lines.
She looks around and goes, I don't know if it's my place to say anything about that. Do you want me to? Because I think Ken himself knows more about his dark self, but I don't know if he wants to talk about it. You want me to go see?
Aqua shakes her head and goes, "We don't need to. We know as much as we know enough, and even with that aside, if push came to shove, do you think that Ken will be willing to disperse of his shadowed counterpart for good?"
I don't know. It's he kind of grew on him, and I could sort of tell that, like, I don't know, he kind of liked having him around, and I don't know if looks over at Riku. I mean, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but I don't know if he's emotionally ready to go through all of that. It's a lot to ask.
Riku nods and looks at everyone and goes, "She's not wrong on several accounts. It's one of the reasons why we agreed that he would be my student, was the fact that he was handling a darker side of himself that we weren't sure how that would entirely protect itself. He would be able to be protected from." Just kind of goes, "Well, that, and because he was the son of Xehanort." And Riku was like, "Son of Xehanort aside, we all know that deep down, Ken's heart is not one of darkness. He cares about others. He doesn't want to see darkness take over as his father once did. And that aside, she is right. This is almost a little bit out of her league, and Ken may not have the date to take that fight head on at this moment." You see Aqua just kind of looks at everyone and is like, "So, we'll say this again. Should we get Sora back into this and ask for his help? Show of hands." You see she raises her hand. Axel raises his hand. Roxas raises his hand. And you see a couple of the others as well. And leave. I am terrible with numbers. Oh, damn. You see, after a while, like, some people look like they're sort of mentally trying to figure it out as people are starting to raise their hands. But overall, towards the end of it, it seems like everyone is in a final agreement, raising their hand. Aqua nods and is like, "Well, it's decided." Everyone then lowers a hand, and Riku's like, "Yeah, but he's not going to listen to any of us. We've tried." She turns to you, Isui, and goes, "Then how about we get someone with a newer perspective?"
Yeah, I guess it's worth a shot. Can my friends come along as well?
Of course. There'd be no reason to exclude them in this, as their views on this matter are just as important as yours, Isui. Riku looks to you and goes, "You can take the gummy ship to the Destiny Islands. Once there, I'll contact Kairi to see if she can meet up with you and take you over to where to Sora's place."
Okay. Isui gets visibly excited at the prospect of going to Destiny Island, and she goes, okay, yeah, I'll pitch this idea to my friends, and we'll see what they think. And thank you for including me in this conversation.
Everyone nods. Aqua gets out her Keyblade. You don't know why, but there's a gong behind her, and she just kind of like smacks it against the gong to kind of show that this meeting is adjourned. Everyone starts to walk out in their own ways. Terra, Aqua, Ven head one way. The Sea Salt Ice Cream crew head another. Riku heads off kind of on his own. And you... actually, what are you doing once everyone is just like slowly starting to disperse?
I make a mental note to ask my master what in the hell that giant thing that she hit was, and then also exit the building, and then I approach Ken and Asta.
All right. Before we get to that, hi, you two. Sorry I kept you. All right. So as you guys are going to be sparring with each other, we're going to do this a lot similar to last round. You're going to make rolls against each. So you guys are sparring each other, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say that we're going to do this a lot like the last sort of sparring thing we did. Each of you make a roll depending on what sort of way you're wanting to spar. Athletics, if you're just going to be start swinging. Arcana, if you're going to be blasting magic. And acrobatic, if you're wanting to be all speedy.
Oh, yeah.
I think I know what we're both picking.
Damn it!
Oh, damn. All right, so you guys start sparring each other. Ken, all things aside, your head isn't entirely in the game. Like, you're trying to focus, but there's still a lot of stuff that your brain is thinking through. So you're not. So Asta's able to block some of the attacks, some of your attacks. You're having a hard time sort of dodging some of hers, and afterwards, it seems like that for most of the sparring matches you guys have done so far, she is the one who is continuously knocking your ass.
Daniel just really blamed it on the trauma, huh?
Oh my god. Nah.
I mean, wouldn't you?
No.
Like, no, the reason why you're like, is that a hero? The reason why you're beating me is because, my head is fucked.
Come on,
no.
you can't play that card.
No. Well, after he gets knocked down, he's like, Jeepers. Not Jeepers.
Kingdom Hearts meets Scooby-Doo.
Jeez.
Are you role playing as yourself or?
No, this is Ken. He says, "Jeez, whew." You know what? It's a lot easier, like knowing your strength whenever you're actually fighting monsters, but like it's a lot harder. Well, I mean, it's a lot easier knowing the strength that your partners have whenever they hit you instead of watching them hit monsters.
Yeah, I think I've improved since the last time we had a spar.
I don't even this forever.
I mean, last time I sparred with somebody, which was, I think, with Tempest and Locust.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, here. Since you know how to guard against one blade, how about you spar against two blades? He's gonna bring out Lionheart, and then he's gonna split it into two with Lion Claws.
Oh, nice.
That's a little bit unfair.
Unfair? They're like smaller Keyblades.
I don't have two Keyblades? What?
You have a longsword and an axe. You can use both of them at the same time.
My axe is two-handed.
Well,
That's true.
You better be speedy.
All right. Rolls again. Athletics, acrobatics, or arcana, depending on how you want to fight.
Oh, just barely got her.
Damn. Asta. Yeah. As soon as he pulls out these lion claws, you're like, oh, wait, how is that fair? And then once you start sparring, he's actually keeping up a lot better than the first time round. So, after for this next round, he wins the match just as Isui is walking out.
Oh, come on, that was unfair with the second weapon.
Okay. Well, I mean, then again, you have been like pretty much have been freaking hitting me a lot throughout these entire matches, and you've been beating me. So, I at least let me win one round,
All right, fine.
and
Hey,
he helps
guys.
her up off the ground.
Oh, hi. How was
Hey.
the meeting?
Hi, Isui.
Yeah. Whispers, you guys look like shit.
Well, we have been fighting for the past hour.
Well, it was it's pretty eventful. I wanted to talk to you guys about something. Of course, if you don't mind, we could sit down or something, catch a breath. I mean, you guys are tired.
Yeah. Is it? Is that alright with you?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely worn out.
Alrighty.
Let's walk and talk.
Walkie talkie.
Walkie talkie.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was
So,
French.
So, the Key Bears, they talked about how to handle the Cult of Shadows situation. Talked about Arya. Talked about, of course, Dark Ken. But they also wanted to get Sora involved. So basically, to cut to the chase, they want us to go to Destiny Islands and try to talk Sora into joining against the Cult of Shadows, because they think they can't do it because we would give a new, fresh perspective on stuff. So, what do you guys think?
I hate to be that person, but Sora's an important person, right?
Yeah, but he's he's done a lot for the multiverse already. But that's because he's really strong, and that's why I think they need or want to have him on board.
Yeah, I mean that seems like a good idea. More the merrier. Huh?
Yeah.
So, you guys up for the task?
Yeah, as long as no more. I mean, do we have any more rifts on the schedule that we need to take care of?
Wait, is this in character or are you talking to the DM?
Kind of both.
As of right now, it seems like it seems decently quiet on the Riftle front for now. So the fact that and also the fact that everyone wants to kind of have you divert from taking down rifts to trying to recruit Sora. It's kind of it's like they are making this into a big deal of trying to get Sora into the fold. So for now, you guys are kind of off rift duty until you guys are back from Destiny Island. That, and you still need to talk to your mother.
Oh, damn. Well, what do we want to do first here, gang?
Really, and anything you guys want to do?
Because, I mean, so our main objectives right now are, Ken, you still want to talk to your mom?
Well, yeah, but probably not now.
Okay.
I wouldn't want her to see me like this.
Okay. Well then, I think our only main objective right now is to get to Destiny Islands, talk to Sora about joining against the Cult of Shadows, and then see what happens after that.
Also, wait, out of character. What the hell is Sora even like retiring for? Isn't he still like what? Okay, 3 years passed. He was 15 then. Isn't he? He's 18. People are old. People older than him are still key masters.
He's been through a
Sid.
lot. Cut him
Yeah.
some slack.
So, yeah, if you kind of remember from like the beginning of the campaign, Sora retired from being the Keyblade wielder because of the fact that every thing that he was in as a Keyblade wielder, whether it was fighting off Ansem, fighting off Xemnas, trying to regain all his memories in Castle Oblivion, no matter what, he was the only Keyblade wielder, and the fact that, for the most part, he was the quote-unquote chosen one throughout most of that. Then with the fight with Xehanort and the organization, and then trying to get Kyrie back, he was just done. So he wanted to live out a normal life after that. It just kind of be done with it.
Understandable. But hey, Sora, can you?
Hey, Sora, get your ass back here. Okay.
I'm out of retirement.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, get your ass out of retirement.
All right, gang. So, do we want to do anything before we go and talk to Sora?
Yes. If it's alright with you guys, I would like to go and look for some more healing items, or just anything to heal us with.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We've kind of lost a lot of stuff.
That's true.
That's true. All right. So you go back to the shops and do your shopping.
Cool.
I'm gonna pull out some shit because you always get to pull out some shit.
Random bullshit, go.
Yep.
Classic.
Yeah, and if there was also stuff that you wanted to get other than potion stuff.
Alright, so if my memory serves me correctly, it was $40 for Mega.
There's a price on the character sheets.
Wait, what?
I did make a pricing list that should be accessible to everyone.
Oh, there it is. I was correct.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry. That the prices aren't going to be changing that often anymore.
Yay.
That's good.
All right. See. All right. Time to go to the calculator. God damn it.
Not again.
Here we go again.
Oh shit.
Gosh.
Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to edit that playlist.
Yes.
May I look for a spell scroll, good sire?
Yes, you can. Give me a. Let's say, give me a perception check.
He buys 10 mega potions.
Sick.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I'm also getting 10.
That's like $400. That's like I'm balling.
Yeah,
So-
it's like nothing.
Yeah, you are.
Dirty 20 perception.
But I'm only down to
Oh,
1,000
damn.
now.
Okay, yeah, no, you find a bunch of.
Can
You do find a bunch of scrolls. Is there anything you were looking for in particular, or you just looking?
I would absolutely love to find a, but of course if not then it's fine. But I'm looking for a spell scroll of haste.
Ooh, okay.
I still have 15 ether.
Give me one sec.
Oh
You know
wait,
what? Actually, with the dirty 20, I'm gonna say yeah, you do find a haste. Along with that, let's see, what level is haste? Okay, yeah, you do find a spell scroll of haste. You find.
I really spent this 400 for mega potions. That's it.
Do.
Wait, how many? You know what? Thanks for reminding me. I can actually get more. I actually might get more high potions because I have 5 high potions now. I could get 10 if I.
Yeah, so you do find a scroll of haste. You also find a scroll of you also find a Zone of Truth spell scroll and a no, not that one.
Asadu.
Sorry.
That's how my sister always addresses me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you find haste, you find Zone of Truth, and you find shield.
Oh. Oh, shield is really good.
Yeah.
700. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to get. All right, now I'm starting to make dents in my in my balance. So I'm not gonna spend on much anymore.
How much
Yeah.
for the haste and shield scrolls?
Shield is 45. Haste is. Where the hell are the H's? H. Oh, no wonder. Going in the wrong direction. Sorry, I'm doing this manually, so give me one sec.
You are absolutely fine.
I would have said Scroll of Mage Armor, but honestly, Shield is better. Yes. All right. I'm gonna say haste is 55.
Cool. Let me add that up. All right.
So yeah.
I will make that purchase.
So yeah.
I will purchase shield and
Write
haste.
that. All right. And with that, I'm gonna update the scroll listings or the pricings.
45 plus 55 is 100, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, my math. Also be balling, dude.
I missed one of the shopping trips, and then I
Oh, well then never mind. Don't ignore the message because you know you're about to. Go ahead.
I missed one of the shopping trips
Okay.
earlier in the campaign, and then I just didn't spend much on another one. So,
Except for the axe.
oh yeah, I mean that was fun.
Yeah.
But
All right. So, if you guys would be so kind to see the updated pricings list, on the bottom, I did put in for the spell scrolls, which are going to be 45 for first level and 5 more for any higher than first.
Oh,
Ooh, so you're telling me I can get an 8th level spell scroll for how much
If
again?
you can find one, if you can find one,
45.
Daniel, I have a question, and I know you're not gonna like it.
Why must you do this?
not, but what is it?
Are there any magical items that I could buy to,
Uh-oh.
up my AC in any way? I will take
Oh,
anything.
Why must you do this, man?
Roll me investigation.
Oh, please, please, please. Does anyone want to assist?
I'll. You know what? Let's put some pain. Go ahead. I'll assist.
all assist.
Oh, you are evil.
No!
Oh
Huh?
gosh.
Oh, that's just fine.
Yeah, no, you're SOL, my friend.
Well, thank you for giving me the chance.
Yeah.
So wait, no, that's times 7. That is
Yeah, nice
12
try.
Plus.
Yeah.
And how much is the base spell scrolls for 45? Okay, cool. So you're
First-
telling me if
first
I can
level
find
is
one, I can
45.
get an 8th level spell for $80? That's highway well that's highway robbery for us because we're taking it from you for such a cheap price.
Yeah, but first you gotta find 8th level spell scrolls.
Hopefully we can.
Which if you're casually looking, or even if you're just purposefully looking for high level spell scrolls, you're gonna have to get a high ass. You're gonna have to beat a high ass DC on that.
All right, hang on. I'm just for
Okay.
funsies. I'm gonna try. What would that be? Usually investigation.
If you're just casually looking for a spell scroll, then it's perception. But if you're looking for
See if I'm
something
looking for
in
an 8th. Yeah, an 8th level spell scroll. I'm looking for that. Just
all right,
pretend
so yeah, we'll say investigation.
Alright, let's just see what I get.
I'll assist you.
All right, are you assisting? All right, wait. Let's see. Oh, that's
Oh,
even
I
better.
gotta get my books
out again.
That's a good point. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. I was just saying. I wasn't ever gonna look for it anyway. All right.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the roll?
It was a 7 and a 4. I was just testing to see if
Oh.
I could get like a nat 20 on this roll, and then I could actually find
would've been insane.
beat me that. Yeah. Okay, so Asta and Ken have potions. Isui's got spell scrolls.
And I've got emotional damage.
Emotional damage. We gotta turn that into a meme. And just
TikTok
post it.
already has.
We about to get copyrighted.
Well, I mean, you know what? You know what I mean. We need to turn it into a swinging swordsman meme.
Change all of the E's into the the crown from Kingdom Hearts.
Aim. Okay.
Wait.
Alright,
Did we get a long rest? While we were okay. Well, never mind. We just sparred. Never mind. Of course, we didn't get a long rest.
Yeah, you just sparred. You will be getting a long rest once you start traveling because that's how I do things, because it sure as hell doesn't take less than a day to get places.
That's true.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys want to look for?
I think so.
Okay.
All right. Well, is there anything else? Is there anything else you wanted to do while you guys are?
I could really go for an ice cream right now.
I'm down.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, you guys go and get your ice cream.
It's like when SpongeBob was trying to lick the freaking chocolate bar when Patrick was trying to not get him to.
Oh god!
And he was just looking all over, just like wow. That's how Ken is eating his ice cream.
Calm down. The ice cream's not going anywhere.
Damn.
Oh, damn! God damn.
There's too much SpongeBob content jammed inside of his brain.
No, I have
Apparently,
thought of many jokes. Anyway, I just feel like, okay, jeez. So,
Oh, by the way, for that little stunt you pulled earlier, I return the kiss on the cheek, and then I start walking away as if nothing happened.
Oh.
what is she talking about? Also, what's that about?
I think that was me once again becoming the third wheel.
What was she talking about? What does she mean? Return what I did to her? I didn't do anything.
You know what I
Ken,
mean?
I'm not gonna put 2 and 2 together for you.
I'm just kidding. I think I know what she's referring to. Is she referring to the potion situation? Because there are many things, like, in terms of, like, just crazy things I've, in terms of pranks I've...
Roll intelligence with disadvantage.
Okay, Ken is not a ditz. He knows what's going on, but he just likes to play it off.
I'm sure it was the potions.
Okay, yeah, I was making sure. Just making sure, because I mean, like, we've kind of we both have kind of teased her over certain things like teleportation and
Mostly teleportation, honestly.
mostly teleportation and
God damn it.
Mostly teleportation.
so yeah, we should probably
All
catch
right.
up with her because then she's gonna run away and steal the gummy ship away from me.
She doesn't know how to fly it, but
Oh yeah,
Remind me.
I would love to see her fly it on her own. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god. All right. So after you guys' little ice cream break, you guys make your way back to the gummy ship, and let's actually pop the world map open. Because guess what's in the corner?
Oh!
Is that the tinny of the islands?
Oh my god, it's 100 Acre Wood.
No,
That's it.
not
That's
100
that's
Acre Wood.
that's in a book. Take a look into a book.
A book.
You guys make your fly. Oh, and guess what? You get a long rest.
Hey.
All right, Asta. All right, you take watch for tonight. I'm going to bed. Night.
Wielder? Night.
All right, and with that, it might be a little bit blurry because I kind of made this in a rush, but welcome.
Also
Was
because
it
it's
Destiny
PS2
Island?
graphics.
It's also PS2 graphics. All right, and with that, we are going to end today's episode.
Oh.
Oh, you're just gonna give us a preview of the background?
Yes, I'm giving you a preview of the background. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Stay tuned next week for what will happen when our intrepid heroes decide to make their way to the Destiny Islands to confront Sora. If you want to see the first episode of this, or if you want to see any of our other campaigns, go over to YouTube at The Swingin' Swordsman. All of our whack stuff are there. With that, we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, streamers and clickers.